had the benefit of managing a bed and breakfast for 2 years. Now, one of the main things that I need to know to run a bed and breakfast is how to properly set a table. Maybe you need to set a table for just something as simple as a family dinner, or maybe you're deciding to have a party. Either way, it's really important to learn how to set your own table. So today, I'm going to show you how to set a table for multiple different occasions. First, I'm going to show you how to do a casual family dinner kind of table setting. Then we'll go to slightly more formal, and then finally we'll end at the most formal. So the first thing that we want to do is cover the materials that you'll need. We can just go with any plates, any silverware, and any napkins that you already have. So maybe you don't have all of the plates that you need or all of the silverware that you need for the most formal. Then just stick with the least formal that you need. So for the least formal, you're going to want to start off with your main dinner plate. Your main dinner plate is going to be the largest plate that you find. Now for an informal dinner, you're going to place the plate about a thumb's width apart from the table. So you want to put your thumb up on the table, and then wherever that meets, that's where your plate needs to meet. So once you do that, you can go ahead and start laying out your silverware. You're going to start with your knife, and your blade side should be on the right side of the plate. The blade should face the plate. The next item that goes in is your spoon. Now you're going to go with one of the smaller spoons. As you can see, there's two types of spoons. This is a soup spoon, so you only want to use this if you're serving soup. Or you might use it for a dessert if you're doing a dessert soup, something like that, or oatmeal. But for a normal spoon, that's what you're going to use for an informal place setting. The next one that you're going to use is your fork. Now again, most place settings come with two different kinds of forks. This is a salad fork, and this is just a normal dinner fork. For an informal dinner, you're going to just use the larger fork, and you're going to put it on the left side of the plate. So now that you've done that, you're going to take your napkin, and you're going to place it under, well, there's multiple places that you could put it. You can either put it under your knife and spoon, like so, or you can place it on the plate, like so, and you can even place your silverware on the napkin, and this is really informal, but I also think it looks pretty lovely. You're going to want to stay with the same way that you're setting the forks and spoon and knife though. You're going to have the fork on the left side, the knife in the middle with the blade facing left, and then your spoon on your right side. So the final touch is your glass. This is a regular dinner glass. So if you're serving something like tea or lemonade, this is what you're going to want to use, or even just water. If you're doing this as a breakfast, then you're going to want to incorporate a juice glass, as so. And then finally, of course, a coffee mug. So your main dinnerware goes above the right side, so it should be about shoulder length from you. Shoulder length in front of you, of course, yes. And then your juice glass will be slightly closer to you and a little bit more to the right, and then the coffee mug will be right in front of your knife. So that's the least formal. Now that we've done the least formal, let's just do a few things to make it a little bit more formal. We're going to start off with moving the napkin to the right side, replacing the knife where it's supposed to go. Place the fork where it's supposed to go on the left side. You're going to go ahead and place your salad fork and your larger spoon. Your smaller spoon will go in front of your plate because that's going to be now used for coffee. So if they want to mix anything with their coffee. You probably wouldn't be doing this for breakfast, so we're going to set that one aside. You're going to keep your water glass here. This will be either your dessert plate or your bread plate or your salad plate, whichever you choose to serve. And that goes on the left side and above the forks. And then if you're having a soup, or you can put your salad in here as well, I typically put it in the center of the plate. So that's a slightly more jazzed up version. Now let's transition to the more formal. So I'm going to switch out the plates I use to make it a more formal setting. I'm just going to move these aside. Now this is for your most formal of formals. Maybe you're going to use this for a formal wedding or something like that. Again, you're going to start with the largest plate as your base. Then you're going to take your second largest plate. That will be your salad plate or your dessert plate. You can put your bread plate on top of that. Go ahead and place your coffee. Again, when it's more formal, you want to face it down. Next, you want to go ahead and place your water goblet. And then if you're serving something like tea, beside it. You're going to go ahead and place your forks, largest fork to the most inside part of the largest plate. Then your smaller fork. And whenever you're actually dining, you start on the outside of your silverware and move in. Next, you're going to place your knife, your largest spoon, and your smallest spoon. Now let's take a look at your napkin. You can do several things with your napkin. You can either just simply place it in the middle of your largest plate. If you know how to make it look pretty, you can do a little design. You can put it in your water goblet if the water's not already served. You can even do a nice little design and put it here. Or you can stick with traditional and put it underneath your knives and spoons. So hopefully today you've learned how to set 3 different kinds of place settings for whatever your party needs. I hope that you can now be prepared for your next big party that you have. Enjoy! Bon appetit!